Okay, so here we are again with the carburetor taken off the car. This time because of the leak, so we're trying to figure out where it came from, and I got an idea. I think, I'm not sure, but it also could be one of a couple things. Maybe because I pinched my gasket, might have been one reason, or it could be that the cap right here, it should have JB weld that I put on it is missing. Now I didn't hear any chunks or anything that sounded like it busted the internals of the car, so we can tell that it didn't go through the intake and down into the combustion chamber. So, and I already looked down in there and didn't see anything. So I don't know where it's at. I guess that's one thing I'm going to have to figure out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm also going to charge that battery. But I don't know if that's 750, that's 700, that's 875 cranking amps. Well, we'll figure it out. I do like top mounted batteries better anyway. I do got to check these batteries, these cables on both ends to make sure, like say on the starter for example down there, it's not all corroded. Make sure it's getting a decent connection and stuff like that. Now, we got a lot of work to do on this car. It's been cleaned so far on the inside, but a very good cleaning job, I might say myself. But there's going to be some changes. There's going to be some bucket seats that go in here instead, and we're going to take, well, and now that I look at it, the centerpiece there that I was thinking about making like a center console that goes from there down into between the two seats, like if I want to put bucket seats there, really won't make much sense now that most of the center console leans in towards the driver. So, well, which is not a bad thing, which means the passenger has to work that much harder to come over and, well, change a radio station, which they shouldn't be doing anyway. So that was the idea, but now seeing how much it's turned that way, I don't know what I'll do about making a centerpiece, because these seats are going to come out and I'm going to change them, because this is going to be like a Pro Tour type car. It's going to get an updated interior. The suspension is going to get completely updated. I'm going to update the suspension. The rear brakes definitely need to be updated. Those are drum brakes. They're going to get updated to disc brakes. I'm going to change out the door panels. They're real nice looking. I might keep, like, say, this leather piece and then work it into changing of, I don't know. I mean, that's one of those things that I can look at and change either the whole door panel into something different, or just leave it the same but change the interior around to go with the door panels. Maybe change the fabric here and down here on the bottom, and maybe, you know, have these repainted and leave this alone. I don't know. There's a lot of ideas to run with this that it can do, because then there's still the plastics and the back pieces, and like the plastics up there, which I gotta put back in place. That can be done also. There's no back dash, so that means it's a lot easier to change that. So, you know, there's a lot of things that can be done back here. This back seat is definitely going to be changed. it'll still be a seat like this. And it's probably my buddy right there telling me that is probably the source of my fuel leaks, I bet you. But we got some holes in the floorboard to fix because the car's sat for a long time. That's like the worst of it right there. It's not bad, but replace the whole panel anyway. So, and I have new door seals for this side that I need to go ahead and replace. And I'm waiting for the tool to come in. Let's go on the other side. But I didn't pull this far enough to. Anyway, I bought new pins because the bushings on these door pins down here are bad, but I'm waiting for a tool to come in because I have the springs. I don't know if you can see them in there. That top hinge has a spring on it that I need to compress, and I have a tool that was I have a tool on the way that will help out with getting that fixed, to compress that spring so that I can take the spring out, remove this door. I already have the pins and the bushings, so I just got to take the door off, and that'll be done in a moment of time. But until then, got a carburetor to fix, and I think, oh, this is gonna be loud. I really hate slamming that door. I really do. It's a little warm. So, but got me my JB weld. So now we're going to go ahead and fix this now, and then probably go ahead and add a little bit more on this one. See, because like a little corner piece right there. Definitely a little bit needs to be added on this one. I see a few spots missing, and then this one seems to be okay here, and then yeah, you know, just a little bit more on the edges of this one. But we go ahead and get this stuff mixed up, and then I will get this one covered, let it sit here in the sun for a while, because it takes 4 to 6 hours. So the good thing is the new carburetor, the rebuild kit, oh gosh, maybe I should have knocked down those burrs and stuff right there too. Well, anyway, the rebuild kit doesn't come in until about Friday anyway, so it ain't gonna matter. But at least it'll be fully cured and done and ready to go. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get these done. Oh, and then I'll be able to look up the proper torque specs, so I won't screw up another gasket. But live and learn, I guess. All right, there we have it. Hopefully now we'll let that sit and cure, and by tonight be able to bring it inside. It'll be curing some more, and then sometime by this weekend I'll just go ahead and replace these parts again, and hopefully this time I won't be breaking the carburetor again. But the good news is, what did I do with that piece? I broke a piece off. Oh yeah, it's trash. I did end up breaking a piece off the carburetor at some point, and I did want to replace. I don't see it. More trash. Well, it's on the top of the carburetor. It's this piece right here, obviously. I'd like to go ahead and replace it while I'm, oh, there it is. go ahead and replace it while I'm here, but I fear I might be able to, because the problem was I made a slight mistake when trying to push this pin back in. My mistake was I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and when I wasn't paying attention, I pushed too hard on this and it bent it in. Then I wasn't careful because it was interfering with the choke flap here, and wasn't paying attention, and when I went to bend it back out, well, I didn't bend it, I actually broke it. Now, you know, I was just holding that daggone piece. Found it right here. Anyway, I might have to go ahead and try to, yeah, I'm going to have to clean this up a little bit bending wise, because that is not going to fit in there properly. It doesn't line up exactly right here. So I will fix that a little bit later, and then I will put it back in place with JB Weld so that this could be, or I'll just go ahead and put it in place and JB Weld it as best as possible and leave it the way it is, because at least it'll be there and it will be closed without that extra gap in there that isn't supposed to be there when the choke is fully closed. So, all right,